You go third overall to the Jets. And was Adam Gase the coach then, or was that the year after?
No, he was. So Todd Bowles.
Todd Bowles was the coach.
Todd Bowles was our head coach in 2019 season. And then, love Todd, and McCagnon was our GM, and they were the ones who drafted me, took me in. And then that next year, Bowles gets fired. They bring in Adam Gase, and McCagnon's still the GM. And then the next year, they bring in Joe Douglas as the GM with Adam Gase as the head coach. And
so hey, you hear all that stuff. Adam Gase is the dude that does like the weird eye thing, right? When he's getting
his interview.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, was he just a crazy person, or what was the deal?
Adam's great.
You loved him.
Great dude.
Yeah.
I love Adam.
Because I was watching some stuff, and I was watching a YouTube video of like the Patriots game. Obviously a tough one out there. Sure. And then I was watching stuff after. They're like, Adam Gase didn't do anything to help you. They didn't do slide protections, no like 7-man pros, no checkdowns, none of that stuff. What was going on during that game where did he come and say anything to you or anything like that?
Yeah, well, I mean, we just watched the tape. We talked about some stuff, and there were definitely some things where I could have done a lot more with the protection to help me out. Mm-hmm. But it was just, for lack of a better term, it was a cluster. Out on the field and trying to, because Bill and that whole tree, Flores, Patricia, all those guys, if you can't figure out there's zero pressure and you don't have an answer, they're going to keep bringing it. Yeah,
when they bring 7 up, you think they're bringing 0.
Yeah.
And so you think you have to get the ball out real fast. Then all of a sudden they drop and they're only rushing 3 or 4.
Well, yeah.
And then the next time they bring them all.
And then the one guy that rushes is the guy that you slide away from.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, there's good ways to handle it, and there's bad ways to handle it. And, we didn't handle it the best that you could have.
When you say that was stuff you could have done for protection,
yeah,
was it like a development thing for you where you didn't know protection very well?
I think it was just kind of getting things lined up to start, and then understanding, okay, I have 5 seconds on the play clock. Like one of those, I was trying to figure stuff out with the receivers, like trying to give them signals. And I think it was more just we should have been more in and out of the huddle than we were that game. I think that was really the biggest issue. And then we started going on the ball, and that helped a little bit. But I mean, yeah, we didn't have great answers for it.
Is there anything you said to the guys like, hey, we gotta get to the line faster so I can kind of dissect this thing?
For sure. I mean, that was one of the first things I said. And then we started going no huddle, which I did quite a bit of with Adam, which, he did a lot of with Peyton in Denver. And so that was kind of the go-to. If we were kind of struggling or in a rut, we would go to the no huddle stuff and try to get on the ball and create some tempo for us. But then again, like, you start to go tempo and you go 3 and out, puts the defense in a shitty position.
Real bad position.
So
another thing about tempo too is when you go tempo or a 2-minute type of situation, it usually vanillas down the defense quite a bit.
Right.
Because they have to get ready, they have to get lined up. They don't have time to make those.
Yeah. So they were just bringing 0 the whole time. Yeah. That was
really putting the fucking pressure on you.
That was when we started going no huddle. They were like, all right, we'll just keep calling it.
Yeah.
And it was just a tough day.
And you had the unanimous thing saying you were seeing ghosts out there.
Right.
Yeah. Well, like, hey, that's a tough meme.
Yeah, it is. No, it's a tough thing to handle, to this day. Mm-hmm. But
so when all that stuff's cycling, what are you thinking about that?
It's interesting because, like, in our room, in a quarterback room, we would see guys kind of like in the pocket. You have some quarterbacks flinch a little bit. Mm-hmm. We would say, oh, they're seeing ghosts out there. Mm-hmm. And so, like, I just said that to my coach at the time, when we were down 40-0.
Yeah.
Because I was just pissed and didn't know what to say, to be honest. And it happened, and they got it on live TV.
So were you mic'd up? Who was mic'd up?
I was mic'd up.
Oh, you fucked up.
Yeah.
That's on you. I was hoping it'd be like a coach or something like that, but you sold yourself out.
No, it's for sure on me. I'll take that one to the grave.
For sure on me.
I'll take that one to the grave, no doubt.
Dude, that's got to be a tough deal. But hey, listen, everyone has bad games.
It's tough. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, 100%. And listen, that was the worst game by far that I've ever played in my life. And but I own up to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got to own up to it. But that week after, like, you play Sunday, and then Monday you're just like, fuck my life.
No, it was Monday night. So Tuesday morning.
Yeah, Tuesday morning. Thank God it's a short week, though. Yeah, one less week to
move on.
stew on it. Yeah,
100%.
Because that stuff, man, when you have one of those games, like we talk about all the time. Week 1, you kind of sit there and we played at noon on Sunday. So I had the full week to think about, I'm just a piece of shit now, aren't I? I'm garbage out here.
Yep. And then pay attention to the media. And
oh, hey, listen.
They start saying, oh, you suck, dude.
Yeah.
You should try to go find a different profession.
It's bad. And then people on Twitter too are just wild. Yeah. Should I do something different?
Maybe they're right.
Yeah. It's just crazy how people want to manipulate things. And if you go one bad game or something happens, especially being at quarterback, I feel like it's part of the deal. But at quarterback, you live and die with the franchise. Like if things are going well, it's like, wow, this dude's a stud, but look how great the defense is. Look how good wide receivers are. But when things aren't good, they're like, it's Sam. It's his fault. It's the quarterback's fault. Does that seem fair to you to have all that kind of pressure all the time for quarterbacks in general, not just for you?
I think it is, for sure.
Why is that?
The money. I mean, the money that's, there's...
And a $30 million deal, 20 million signing bonus?
It was something like that.
Yeah, you know exactly what it was. Don't do that. Don't do that, dude.
But no, but it's again like I'm half joking about the money thing, but you get ready all week, and there's a reason that the franchise lives and dies with the quarterback.
Yeah,
because you're the one out there. You got the ball in your hand every single play, and it really has become more and more as the game keeps progressing. It's becoming more and more of a quarterback league, and it's great. I think it's great for the game. When numbers are going up, passing statistics are going up. I think it's great TV, for people to watch and all that. But yeah, that's kind of my take on it. But I really do think some of it's not warranted. Don't get me wrong. There's some stuff that people say that's,
yeah, people put that keyboard coach.
100%.
I think they know exactly what's going on. They really have no idea. Yeah.
So that part's tough. And then, there's some times where some guy gets it spot on. He's like the keyboard coach, and he's like, dude, should have seen this to the left. He should have slid it to the left and got the back out. You're like, dang, dude, he's right.
Yeah, I should have done that. Yeah. That's so funny, dude.
But no, it rarely happens. But yeah, man, it's part of the deal.
Do you do a lot of mental work at all during the off season or anything like that?
I started to a little bit a couple of years ago. Just working with someone who, not even for football, it was just to kind of clear my mind. And then there's some, just some low key meditation that I would do, just by myself, in the morning or at night before I go to bed, just clear my head. But
you use an app? Do you do the Calm app or something like that? Headspace?
A little bit. Cool. Yeah. I just mess with it a little bit. If I feel like I need it, or if I feel like I'm, why am I feeling a certain way? You know what I mean? So sometimes I feel like I need it more days than others, but I think all that stuff's great though. I think I don't think you can talk enough about mental health, and especially in the NFL.
Why do you think it's become such a thing lately? And in the last 3-4 years, it's really, the mental health people have talked about it so much more than they have in the past.
Yeah. I just think there's so much more attention around things that wouldn't otherwise get attention because of social media. You have such more of a, you're just kind of a fly on the wall in anyone's life now. If you follow whoever it is, like Dak Prescott, talking about mental health, I think is great, because you look on Sundays and you look on the field and he's crushing it, and you're like, dude, this guy makes, he's just killing life in general. He's throwing touchdowns, he's playing for the Dallas Cowboys. You almost feel like he's invincible. And then all of a sudden he comes out with, all these mental struggles that he's been dealing with. And, you don't realize it, but a lot of people deal with the same stuff, huge actors, a bunch of different people. Do
you think that the mental side of things has kind of been brought up more because like you said, so many people have more access, and a lot of these guys and the old school dudes played 10, 20, 30 years ago. This is so soft now, but they don't realize that it used to be a newspaper clipping, and that would be your news and what happened in the game before. And you wouldn't see what everybody else is saying. But now at a click of a button, you can learn what everybody's thinking about you always.
Great point. Yeah, that's a great point. I think it is different. I think everything's just different.
I hope you guys like this clip. If you want to continue to be for the boys, you need to like this video, subscribe to the channel, share with a friend, and check out our playlist. We have all the links right here on the screen. As always, biggest of hugs and tiniest of kisses. Also, go check out the full episodes, but always for the boys.